Hi, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Jim Karpe. I'm the father of 2 young adults with IDD, and I'm speaking today on behalf of the Coalition for Self-Direction. I want to talk to you a little bit about my son and about most integrated settings. My son lives in the most integrated setting appropriate to him. He's got an IQ of 50. I'm here talking for him, because if he were up here, he doesn't really speak in complete sentences. He gets before and after confused. So he would leave you rather confused about the causality of things. 60 years ago, my son would have been institutionalized. 30 years ago, he would be living in congregate care. Today, he lives in an apartment of his own. He works at Trader Joe's. He navigates the New York City subway system on familiar routes all on his own. He is the epitome of what we want to achieve, and it is all possible because of a wonderful program in OPWDD called Self-Direction. And at this point, more than me and my son have realized that what a wonderful thing it is. 1 person out of 4 in the OPWDD system has chosen self-direction. Now, we've been able to use self-direction to innovate, to create and deliver for my son the services that are tailored specifically to his needs. Let me give you a couple of examples. My son flunked out of three traditional travel training programs because traditional travel training programs are time limited. If you don't know a route within 8 trainings, you flunked. My son now travels from Queens to Brooklyn to his job completely independently. And every time he does that, every time he makes the round trip, he saves the system $70 that would have cost to have somebody accompany him. So not only is his life expanded by the travel training that we created using self-hired staff, not only is it expand his life, it also saves the system money. He works at Trader Joe's 8 hours a week. And he would have lost his job on 3 separate occasions. 3 seems to go in his life a lot. 3 separate occasions he would have lost his job if we did not have a tailored to his needs behavioral support plan that we put together using self-direction. That behavioral support plan helps him learn workplace behaviors, and when there is a crisis, and there have been 3 of them, it is altered in real time so that he, rather than being one of those stories, and every provider has them, of somebody who is placed into employment, but yeah, something happened after 6 months, 18 months, and they're unemployed now. My son still has his employment 2-year anniversary, and I hope will continue to. Self-direction allows people to have lives of meaning and dignity, and we need to make self-direction more effective for the people who are in it and allow more people to get into it. We've already done the hard things in self-direction. We have 2 things in self-direction that New York State has struggled to achieve. The money follows the person, and it's an acuity-based rate. This is something, let that sink in, because the rest of our system, the rest of the OPWDD delivery system, does not have the money follow the person, and does not have acuity-based rates, with a tiny little exception for high needs funding that lasts 6 months. And what it adds up to is not only person-centered planning, but person-centered delivery of services. Now, it's an imperfect system, and I'm out of time, so I'll just quickly mention some of the imperfections. But these imperfections, these aren't things that are inherent and structural. These are things that are easy to fix. They've been fixed other places. Right now, New York State is a reimbursement system. The family or the individual has to reach into their pocket to pay for services and then later get reimbursed. That's not necessary. New Jersey, the state prepays everything. The family doesn't have to reach into their pocket at all. Though it's an acuity-based rate, the acuity-based rate is imperfect and it's capped far too low. The maximum that somebody can spend in self-direction is so much less than the maximum that somebody can spend in certified services. And the last imperfection that I will mention is there's just way too much emphasis on centralized control. Jeremy gave a great report about the things that are going on in OMH and talked about the plans of action that they are creating. In self-direction, we have 40,000 plans of action. Self-direction, it frees up the creativity of 40,000 today families, maybe in the future 50, 60,000. Give us that creativity, give us that flexibility to deliver that most integrated setting appropriate for the individual. Thank you for your time today.